Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're a wee couple of minutes late, and it's all down to me. Sorry about that. But we're here for the Sorare Deadline Show. Can you believe it's another Friday? And I'm joined as ever by my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Harry, my man, good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you, mate, as well. Yeah, Fridays just fly around, and sadly for this one, mate, it looks like we could be seeing more and more games getting postponed this weekend.
We've had a wee bit of breaking weather news coming through, I think, from Germany. St. Pauli, Leipzig is off, and I'm hearing Union Berlin and Werder Bremen games are not too far behind, perhaps. So, yeah, we will be watching the weather warnings and be trying to avoid those DNPs and those brutal weekend ruining postponements and match call-offs and all the rest of it. Thanks to everyone that's tuning in. Be sure to smash the like button, of course. And if you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button and be sure to check out Harry's channel, which is always linked in the description down below. Harry, it's been a funny week. I had an absolute mare myself. I spent all of Wednesday thinking it was Tuesday, and I didn't realise the days of the week
Ooh.
until I think maybe about halfway through the morning of Thursday. It kind of dawned on me. I was like, "Oh, today's not Wednesday." So I've had a real whirlwind of a week, and that's part of the reason I can't believe we're here for Friday. But I caught up with you and Laird the other day as well. How's your week been before we get into it?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Just so busy right now with baby trades and his age. Like, he's just glued to me basically. So, quite hard to sneak away and get any videos done outside of what I did with Laird on Tuesday. But no, yeah, just sort of chugging along, I guess. So it's not as like league wise, we're not fully back yet, so it's still like a weird. I don't know. I just don't like this stage of the season at all, actually. Just from like a league perspective on Sorare and whatever, and yeah, and now adding into that, we've got the potential and sometimes or already the postponements of some games. So I don't know. It's still a weird little stage of the season. I don't know. We just need to get out of this next sort of couple of weeks, and then we're sort of off to the races, aren't we? I think for towards the end, back third of the season or whatever. But yeah, still relatively excited for it. But for people on big streaks and stuff, like it's just so dicey, isn't it? Especially Mikey Baston. Shout out to Mikey. He's been messaging me now and again this week because I think he's on the fifth streak in Eredivisie, and obviously, yeah, with I think a game's already been postponed. NEC and Utrecht, maybe that was supposed to be tonight or whatever. That was postponed a little while ago, maybe. And if there's any more, then yeah, it could be dicey. But I think there's an extended deadline for that, which maybe helps. I think there's a meeting or something in the next few hours. So yeah, loads to sort of run through. But I just hate having these external like worries. We don't need it. It's hard enough getting good scores. Never mind when games aren't on.
Totally. And when you mentioned that there, the time of the year, I began to wonder how many January transfers could undo lineups over the weekend, because we do get a bit of that, don't we? Somebody's not in the
Hmm.
squad, they've flown to Turkey, or that kind of crap is happening. And you never see these things coming until they happen. So we might get a wee bit of that pain coming our way over the weekend. So stay tuned. Watch out for that, everyone. But yeah, we're a wee bit behind, so I guess we'll start. Harry, we've got quite a bit of football on. You mentioned Holland, we've mentioned Germany before there, but a lot of challenger. The Mexicans are back, and we've got a wee bit
Yep.
of AFCON on the go.
Yeah, there's a little sprinkle of bits and bobs, but we're still Portugal's gone back on a cup. I think Turkey's still not playing league. So yeah, there's still a few little bits that, especially like just from a bias perspective, important to me and my gallery. But yeah, no, we do have. Oh, we don't have Prem. Prem's disappeared. We had that midweek. Um, we have La Liga, but we don't have the best teams. So that one's kind of interesting. Maybe not from a streaking perspective, but definitely for the underdogs, maybe that own stacks and teams of sort of lesser quality than the top four. But yeah, as you can see, one of Bayern smashing it there with 92% win percentage. I think Neuer might be back, which is maybe a good thing for Neuer holders. Yeah, 80% on as of right now. PSV are flying high, 88% AZ. The same Juve, obviously your lads at home to Dundee United, FC20. Like there is some big games in the Eredivisie, like streaking wise this week. So, if these end up not being played, it's just going to be an absolute disaster. Not only do you not get a streak, you're probably relegated. I know other people have the teams as well, but it's just going to be a car crash. I think Hearts away to Dundee seems pretty okay. You said the return of Mexico. Villarreal at home to Alaves is the best La Liga fixture I think probably by a mile, to be fair. Um, Bits of Italy, obviously African Cup of Nations, like you said. And then yeah, La Liga 2, we don't have French League this weekend, so it's a proper weird weekend. Like so many things missing, and then like the introduction maybe of Mexico and stuff. Um, yeah, it's a really strange weekend. It really, really is. But if Eredivisie again ends up being off for whatever reason, that could just be disastrous. Just from like a there isn't that many other good games elsewhere to get stuck into.
So yeah, plenty to get stuck into there, as you say. And I don't know, I felt weird about this one. I was looking at streak potential for myself and the members last night, and it is dicey. Mikey was saying that he's on streak 5, so well done to you. And I'm sure a bunch of you are in that uncertainty area, or that grey zone of to streak or not to streak, you know. And if in doubt, I would say sit it out this weekend. It's not, you know, a lot of teams I was looking at. Maybe you guys are at home building it now. You're missing the captain. You're missing some of those Real Madrid players, maybe, or something like that. And I don't know, just with the added jeopardy of maybe not in Spain, you know, but depending on what the league is, the weather, transfers and stuff. It's maybe keep your powder dry if you're really high streaking and you're nervous. Maybe a better week to sit it out than to take the plunge.
100%, mate. Yeah, it's tricky, especially being in Mikey's position because it's the fifth streak, isn't it? It's like it's do or die basically, and there is some really good like PSV, AZ, 20, and I know he has players sprinkled across those. So you know, not to say there won't be good fixtures again, maybe whenever Eredivisie plays next, but it does feel nice. You know, like if you could guarantee that these games are going to go ahead, you know, there's no guarantee of who's going to play, but at least you've got big games to look forward to at least, and yeah, it's tricky. It's really, really tricky. I'm quite kind of glad I'm not on any big. I'm on my second streak in Challenger. I'm quite happy to kind of risk that. Um, I'm on my fourth streak in Limited Challenger, but because I don't have any players outside of Scotland playing, I actually don't have any surplus. So like, I'm not going to touch Limited. I'm going to wait for that one. Not by. It's more just literally I don't have players to play in it rather than like, yeah, any postponement worries, I guess.
Yeah. Not like sitting out through choice. It's more there's no point playing the card kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
literally just don't have my goalies and true bins and whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't play Bundesliga. Well, I have some classic cards, I guess, but I don't play Bundesliga, so there's not much of a worry there. And then La Liga is quite interesting with no top four. I don't even know how the split even looks today as far as challengers and contenders. There's literally so you got what one challenger. There is a little bit of Portugal, but not any licensed teams. So one, two. I can't. There's only two challenger teams. Well, one challenger league basically, if we're not counting Portugal. No Belgium. Yeah, this is a really weird week. Really strange.
It is, isn't it?
Mexico's back. Yeah, we've literally got one, two, three, four, five, six. We've got 9 leagues playing, and that's counting the 2 games in Portugal. So 8 full leagues. It's
Yeah,
really not
not
a lot.
no, not a lot at all. You're right there, mate, for sure. So yeah, it'll be a skinny one. I'm actually just about the end of finishing a team builder too, and I think
No worries.
there's not a wide range of choices. I think there's quite a low team counts going out there, so maybe a case of just pick your winners and kind of go from there rather than the whole, all stars and 23s and arenas and everything. You maybe just pick your poison and stick to one strategy this weekend, like one angle.
100%. Should we start with African Cup of Nations and just get that out of the way, and then we can
That
move
sounds
on
fun.
to whatever else, I guess. I just noticing we don't even have Bundesliga 2. We just have the normal Bundesliga.
Hmm, interesting.
Interesting. But anyway, Algeria versus Nigeria. Quarterfinals, I think. Lots of cards on show.
Oh yeah.
This will be an interesting one.
This is a heavyweight clash. This one, Nigeria though are in a dispute at the moment with the federation. They've not been getting paid
Yeah, I've
for win
seen that.
bonuses and everything. So, indeed, he said like, we need to play this game, and I'll pay everyone before the kickoff if
Wow,
the federation hasn't. So,
that's
uh, you
crazy.
know, Nigeria probably not in a good headspace if players are getting onto federations and all the rest of it after bonuses and whatnot. I fancy, just on the mental side of things there, Algeria to maybe have a wee head start on them.
Yeah, that could be the mental game maybe taken care of. I saw Oshiman had a bit of an argy-bargy with Lookman over the penalty. I don't know whether you've seen the footage, but
No.
Lookman like weren't giving Oshiman the ball basically. and I think he'd already scored two Lookman, so I think he wanted his hat trick. I think that was what was the issue, and then and Didi was like in the middle of them, and Oshiman was, I don't know what he was calling him, but it didn't look great. So yeah, this will be an interesting one. Obviously, Nigeria slightly favoured, but yeah, Algeria have some serious players. So yeah, I don't know. This will be tight, really really tight. But nice to see a lot of players, Sorare wise, on show. And then we've got Morocco, Cameroon, and
Another
Burmo.
heavyweight clash.
Yeah, Baleba, Tolu. Yeah, a couple of players there. Obviously, Morocco are, yeah, the heavyweights.
Bastard.
So that,
Yeah.
yeah, they've got the odds and win percentages behind them, but you just never know. You never know in tournament football. Egypt, Ivory Coast, little 3-5-2 for the old Egyptians.
We have a mix up from what we've seen already. And
Yeah, feels like it.
Ivory Coast maybe not quite as like prestigious as they've been in recent times. When you look at that front three, Diamande, Guisond, and Diallo, it's not quite Drogba and co.
Yeah.
Salomon Kalou and all these types of guys. Midfield is quite nice. Fafana, Sangar, Kessie.
Yeah.
Defense is quite nice too. But yeah, that'll be a tough one to call.
Yeah, this is really tough. They're all quite well, especially Nigeria, Algeria is really really tight to call, and then the Egyptian game should be pretty fun as well. Finishing with Senegal, Mali. Again, a couple of players on show, more so probably for Senegal, but yeah, there's still a few players over here for Mali. Kamara Doumbia, Sangare, Basuma.
I was going to say, am I right
Ma-
in saying that Mali team, with the exception of Basuma, are all League One cards?
mm, Maybe, yeah, yeah, yeah. They could, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, Traore went back, didn't he? I don't know I don't know where Amadou Dante is anymore. I'll be honest. I know he was in Austria. I couldn't tell you where he's gone. Someone will know.
Yeah, it's just when I was looking at that front four, I thought they're all League One, and then I see Traore. I don't know about the other centre backs, but I thought that's quite fun in its own way.
Yeah,
Senegal, really good looking team, man, isn't it?
yeah. Full of cards. Yeah,
High level players as
strong.
well.
Yeah, strong base, good defense, and then a really interesting attack as well. And die in the sort of the floating number 10 role. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, AFCON will be fun.
Right, let's start off with Eredivisie then, and we'll just go Challenger, and then we'll finish on whatever we've got left. Probably not much.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads of good fixtures, honestly, in the Eredivisie this weekend, starting with Sparta Rotterdam versus
Mate,
Heracles. Go on,
did you see Jez's transfer to AZ?
to AZ, yeah.
Wild, isn't it?
I
Jez
know.
is Jez is going mainstream.
Jizz is actually mainstream. I wonder how that's going to work with Parrot and stuff. Are they going to go two up front? We'll have to have a look
That
what the
I
predictions
can't
are.
wait for I can't wait for Jez to go viral when he scores a hat trick for AZ and everyone sees his name.
Yeah.
Finally, like everyone's like, "What?" you know?
Who is this guy? Troy Parrott
Yeah,
and Jizz Hornkamp up front.
love it. But
Unbelievable.
yeah,
But yes,
no more Jez for Heracles. They're jizzed out.
sad times for Heracles. Very sad times. I know this guy's been. I'm sure he was playing anyway. This guy, but maybe somewhere else. Like maybe he was playing in the 10. Like I can't remember, but yeah, it looks like they've sort of replaced him somewhat.
Mm.
But yeah, tough game against Sparta there. PSV 88% win percentage at home to Excelsior. Um, Gus Till, Dennis Mann, Perisic, Pepe, Joey Stays, and Paul Wanner as well. Ryan Flamingo seems to have worked his way back in, maybe. Maro Jr.'s fit, hopefully. Des the same. Yeah, pretty standard PSV side against my mob, who probably get turned over here, to be fair. Um,
Obviously, you've got
yeah,
Veerman, right? But that PSV team, you could stack a lot of players in that. Like the PSV combos will be interesting this weekend, won't they?
there
With
is a
Des,
lot of them.
Junior, Wanner, Till, Perisic, Pepe. Man, there's
Yeah,
lots of
two
usables.
forwards, four mids, and Maro's technically a mid as well. You can get him as. Yeah, there is a few different combinations there that'll be it makes it interesting because most teams you just have the five, don't you? So like anyone that's stacking that team will probably have that five. The captain might change, but with PSV there is a few different combinations, which is yeah, it makes it kind of fun. And then 20 at home to Pexwola. Don't think there's much to really
Yeah.
notice here. Defense looks pretty solid. Hilton, whatever his name is, Dan Rotts is kind of back. It feels like. And Big Lammers up front.
Oh,
And
the
then
Ajax Telstar.
Ajax Telstar, despite being away, still big favourites. Obviously, just sold Kenny Taylor to Lazio, I believe.
Look at that front
For
three
like
for Ajax. That's cooking.
Dolberg, Gott, Gluch, yeah. This kid's supposed to be the next sort of Kenny Taylor.
Ooh,
Doesn't have cards right now, but I've in my Discord, a couple of the Dutchies were telling me that he's like next in line. Um,
nice.
yeah, so keep an eye on that one maybe. Um, yeah, other than that, pretty standard. And then we get Heerenveen versus Feyenoord. Feyenoord away, still favourites. I did see this game, and this game's one of the ones that are like, yeah, Schuten's of course not playing, is he? This is one of the games that is like more at risk than the
Hmm.
others apparently for the snowfall. So if you can maybe keep your Feyenoord boys together, same for the Heerenveen boys if you're playing those. And then Groningen at home to NAC Breda. Big Dennis Adoy's got his move from Antwerp, or I think he's a free agent actually, technically. Um, yeah, against the Groningans. Racing still there. Standard team for them, sorry. And then we get to Jizz's AZ. Is he starting? He is not starting.
Super sub Jizz.
Yeah, super Jizz.
Jizz only needs a couple minutes.
Yeah, he does. He's in and out to be fair, isn't
Yeah, a couple minutes, you get Jizz going.
he? Yeah. Coop Miners, Schmidt in the eight. I fancy Minan this weekend to do pretty well. Um, yeah, I don't know much about the wingers really, but yeah, Parrots on for a 94. Okay.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh, and Minan's on for 100. Fun. Fun. So, yeah, so many like if the Eredivisie gets postponed, I'm going to be annoyed. Well, everyone's going to be annoyed that has the cards, but more so for Mikey and anyone who's on a big juicy streak. I know you can kind of avoid it and just carry it over, but there is just some really good games this weekend, which they don't come around in bunches like that normally.
The Jizz patter is unreal. I love it, honestly. I brought, do you know, it's funny, I did a scouting video on the Celtic channel like a week ago, and I can't remember how, but Jizz Hornkamp came up in conversation. And I brought him up anyway, and the Celtic live chat were loving it as well. It was good.
Were they? Yeah.
Just everyone loves a bit of it. I love this one as well. Jizz came on the bench.
Oh, fuck's sake. I think we're
We need
ending.
to. We definitely need to get like Jizz AZ tops or something now, don't we? Or
That would be fun.
he's up there with the seniors and stuff like that, and Vanaken's, but in his own way, isn't he?
Yeah. It's his own unique. It's like Sven Coombs type of.
I was going to say I totally blame Andy Black for all of this, but
Yeah, it's definitely like a. Yeah, this is probably Black's fault to be fair. But I think it's better than Coombs honestly because he's a bit younger. You
Mhm.
know,
It's
bit
both
more.
names. Like Sven, there's nothing really funny about Sven.
Right. Yeah.
If his name was Jizz, that would be peak. Jizz Coombs.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be incredible. I want to interview their parent, like his parents.
What were you
Like, what are
thinking?
their names? If you're willing
Oh,
to call your son Jizz, like, come on.
oh, Google could tell us that. What
Yeah, I
is
guess.
Jizz Hornkamp's parents' names?
They're gonna be so like normal now.
Uh, Jez Hornkamp's parents are not publicly disclosed.
I thought that'd be the case.
Private
I
Jez.
can't. I know this is kind of not weird, but one of the lads I played with in college is Dutch, and he played with Jizz, like actually played with him at I think it was Willem 2 or something, like as kids. So I could maybe try and figure out the parents' name if we really need to. But imagine if one of them was just like a crazy name. That would just be the lineage would just be incredible.
Yeah.
And what if Jizz has a son, or because he's of age.
Jez Jr.
Jizz Junior. That like literally just JJ for short. Perfect.
They're Dutch, so it'd probably be spelt differently. Like the U would have some funny things around it. Dots or lines or something,
I would love an AZ shirt with Jizz on the back though. Like that would just be epic. Just walking around with the Jizz top on.
Yeah. You're not getting Horncamp on the back.
Nah. Or you maybe get both. Both would be funny.
Yeah, like a very good Festlink effort where it's the full name.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like a rainbow.
It came from that bank. It says here his full name is Jiz Luke Danny Horncamp.
Wow.
If anyone cares about his middle names, but that's
Luke
all I got.
Danny.
This is go ahead Fortuna we're looking at.
Yeah, I think this could be the last game in the Eredivisie. Go ahead at home. Briam 20% on, still waiting for his sort of actual return. And then yeah, Mella Mullenstein's back in midfield, I think, after a little stint back at centre back. Other than that, pretty standard. And yeah, that concludes the Eredivisie. Two quick clicks into Portugal. Not too many cards here, but just in case anyone has any Nacional or Santa Clara cards. Those are the teams there. And then we'll move on to Scottish Premiership. We'll start at the bottom, work our way up. We've got the reverse fixture of, well, I guess they played at Aberdeen twice now over the last. They played them midweek, right?
Midweek and then weekend, yeah. I think it's a rescheduled game down to cups and stuff like that. That's why they played the midweek.
Yeah. Obviously, Aberdeen manager's gone, isn't he?
Yeah. Jimmy Tillina's out the building.
Yeah. Rangers, as much as it's hard to admit, are in a little bit of form.
Yeah. They are indeed.
I
think they're top of the form table. Like since Danny Rose came in, I think they're like
Wow.
the most points accumulated in the league.
Yeah.
I think that might be a wee bit wrong, but it's not far off the truth if it's not spot on.
100%. So yeah, interesting one. Aberdeen maybe new manager bounce of some sort, but I don't really see it in this game. To be completely
the game
honest.
was at Ibrox midweek, and then the weekend obviously it's up in Aberdeen, so maybe a wee bit of home advantage comes their way, or that kind of thing. So,
yeah, not impossible. Looks like Akliuchi's lost his spot to this Kajanson, whatever his name is. Never seen him before. I don't know if he's a newbie, but he looks like he's got the top, so maybe he's long-standing. But yeah, good game for Rangers, maybe.
I think he's had cards, but I've not seen his name.
Yeah, he looks like he does. And then moving on to Hearts, away to Dundee, 69 win percentage. Couple of bits of news though coming out of Hearts. One being that Harry Milner is out for the season, it looks like.
Ooh.
He went for a scan yesterday. McKenzie's out as well. They've obviously got that new signing, Altena, Jordi Altino, whatever his name is. Started off pretty well, first game. Kingsley comes in for Milner, it seems. Other than that, Benny might be back. I don't think he's been playing. Maybe he has. I could be wrong.
He's been back a game or two.
As he, yeah. Other than that, pretty standard against a Dundee team who, I think did they beat? Yeah, they beat Dundee United last week, didn't they, in the derby? So.
Oh, did they? I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they did. I could be wrong, but. Yeah, I'm sure this Ashley Hayes scored actually really well. He had like an 80 or something. But anyway, yeah, good game for Hearts, hopefully, for those Heart stackers. But yeah, tough one on Milner, though.
Yeah, strong team besides, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, good insight on that one. Livy Kelly.
Yeah, Livy Kelly, bottom of the barrels, isn't it?
Yeah, Kelly have just hired Neil McCann, who... again, I don't know how much. I know Harry's checked out a bunch, but when I was doing the Celtic stuff last season, you all remember Barry Ferguson came in to be Rangers manager, and it was him, Neil McCann, and somebody else. I forget who. It's probably not too important. But anyway, the whole thing, like I always refer to the Rangers manager as Neil McCann rather than Barry Ferguson, which
Right.
was just a bit of an inside joke at the time. But he's now the Kelly manager, so I don't think they're going to like totally bounce back and become like like a really competitive team overnight. But I think the form book goes out the window with Kelly a bit, and new manager, fresh ideas, rejuvenate the squad. Livingston, it's Livingston anyway, so tough game to
Yeah.
call. But yeah, if you've got some of those players, and you fancy them to do well, I'd back it.
That makes sense. St Mirren Falkirk. St Mirren
And
at home.
yeah, I hate sounding like a broken record as well, right? But see, when I was doing scouting stuff the other day, I was
Uh-huh.
looking at that Seeger, the guy from Croatia that we've been linked to,
Yeah, yeah.
the Hajduk Split boy, and I was doing like comparisons against Scottish midfielders, and see every metric that you would think of that a defensive midfielder would show up in. Elliot Watt and Cammy Devlin are consistently 1 and 2,
Yeah, yeah.
interchangeable. Do you know who number 3 is? They're on screen for a tip, for a hint.
Killian Phillips.
Brad Spencer.
Huh. Interesting.
If you look at his L15, he like does 50s every day of the week.
Consistently, yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite Devlin levels where he's breaking into the 60s and whatnot, but
Yeah,
he's like he like does stuff, like proper engine midfielder tackles and such,
Interesting.
Jules.
Mate, this Connor Allen scores like an absolute
He does.
madman.
Yeah.
Like incredibly well.
Yeah, big clearances and Jules and all that. Like, yeah, Connor Allen
Last
does
man
do well.
tackles and all sorts.
So I Falkirk have
Yeah.
got a wee fun bit about them. Baniak and Adams as well.
This is not a gimme for St Mirren, by the way, is it? Falkirk are
No, not at
decent.
all. Yeah, Falkirk have been. They're like a good football side as well. Like they play ball. They're not like defensively, whatever. Yeah, Elliot Watt's injured. For anyone that's missed it, by the way, shouldn't be playing this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, brutal one. We'll skip Celtic for the end. Hibs versus Motherwell, like you just said. Elliot Watt looks to be out, which is gutting. Oscar Priestman comes in, I think, for him. Everything else looks relatively the same. Tawanda played last game, I guess, but other than that, Stephen O'Donnell might be on to start, according to the predictions. But yeah, Hibs are in a good little reign of form right now, aren't they? Mulligan's just getting. I'm hearing Mulligan's name everywhere right now.
Yeah, he's really good, man.
Yeah.
Especially that centre mid row. I thought he was more like he was really good when I've seen him play wide, but in the middle he's just got a big engine. He's a big guy as well, big athlete. So yeah, this will be a really tough one to call. No, Elliot Watt will be a big test for Motherwell. Maybe the likes of Slattery could step up in a game like this. He doesn't often start. Masfinisi just back from AFCON. Yeah, this will be a really tough one. Jamie McGrath's one of my midfielder picks for the weekend. It's just one decisive 80. And with no Elliot Watt, I don't know. I just think, I don't know if Hibs will win, but I fancy McGrath to get his decisive and bring the 80 in.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him at all. Not at all. And then ending on Celtic at home to Dundee United. It's been a whirlwind of a week for the Celtic mob. Thoughts, Quinny?
It has been a whirlwind. I think Martin O'Neill coming back in should make the team quite predictable. We had a lovely training. We had like a 7-minute training video that went out. I can't remember what day of the week it was because I've got no idea what day of the week I seen it. So it was a few days ago. And if you watch it, you can very clearly see, if you've ever been at football training before, and I don't say that to be a dick or anything, but you can very clearly see they're working on shape with a team, like a first team. Right. And the team on that video, it was like 2 or 3 days ago. So, maybe things have been tweaked. But the back four was as you see it. The double pivot was Hitati McGregor. McKeown and Yang were left wing, right wing. And it was Dyson and Nygren through the middle. So Engels wasn't actually in the picture. It's weird because Engels did really well under O'Neill. It'd be surprising to see. I'd be surprised if Engels started on the bench, but I wouldn't be because I've just seen a training video 2 days ago. But so that's my Engels, Hitati, Nygren. Those 3 guys, don't know who starts between the 2 of them. Everything else there, I think, is nailed. Like back to a back 4, Trusty Scales, Tierney, Araujo. Schmeichel should be dropped. I think if Nancy was the manager, he would be. But I think because of the shots he's been conceding and stuff. But I think with O'Neill coming back in, he'll give him this game. And if he fucks it, then he'll probably bring Sinisalo in, But he'll probably come in, make some jokes about his dad or something and try and get him to be solid again,
Uh-huh. Okay. Because Dundee United are in a terrible little run of form, aren't they? So if there's any, you probably couldn't really pick a better game, could you, for like O'Neill to return in, if we're being honest?
Nah, because Dundee United will give Celtic the first half. Like Dundee United, they just look to be deep and compact and try and like sneak something second half. And at
Yeah.
Celtic Park, that just won't work. And they beat us under Nancy, so there's a wee bit of revenge perhaps for some of the players, a wee bit of a score to
True.
settle. So yeah, I really hope this is a stormer for Celtic. Martin O'Neill back in town, back at home.
Hmm.
Players feeling a bit more rejuvenated, back to a familiar shape. And honestly, Araujo is a huge. If you think about, even go back to the O'Neill football when we're playing Ralston and Donovan, who in
Yeah, yeah.
parts can both be okay, but Araujo and Tierney left and right, like it really could make us look very different very quickly. So I'm buzzing for SO5 to see how we do.
Yeah, definitely way more exciting than the Nancy era. Yeah, no, definitely some meat on the bones there, I think, going forward. And then what can we do? We'll do just the random bits in contender before ending on
Champos.
the old champs. Yeah, Venezia have a good game, I think. Yeah, they do. Well, away, Spezia.
I think I've said it before, but it is so weird how Busio has just never left there.
I know.
Like if
He's
he's
like
doing
gone
well,
down with
nobody's ever
them.
interested in him, and I don't know. It's weird.
It feels like an MLS move at some point, doesn't it? Back to the MLS
Yeah, like
for like a good team or something.
Jordi Mihailovic style.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a good player. I just don't know if he
How good would he be back in MLS now? Because he was very good at 17 or whatever he was before he went to
probably
Europe.
very good, wouldn't he? I mean, he's still under 23, by the way. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I've still got his card. I'm sure he's still under 23. Yeah, he could be. Yeah, maybe it's too early. But he's played in Serie A as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another like top five move, whether that's a bit of Spain or French league, maybe something like that. Because like Tanner Tesman's playing for Leon. Like I'm sure that
Yeah,
Busio could kind of match that somewhat.
I would agree.
You know,
Busio was so good at Kansas, wasn't he, man?
so good. Union have asked for help from the fans to shovel the snow. Roy Livy
No
said.
way. I love that.
That's hilarious.
Imagine Celtic did that. We need your help, everyone. Fuck off.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. So
Yeah.
it'd be Segunda
Racing Santander. Andres
the
Martin, Inigo Vicente,
Martins. Yeah,
Suleiman.
Puerta plays there
Berta.
as well. Yeah, it's a little team
Mm,
if I've
that's a
ever
good
seen
team.
one.
Edouard Bove signing for Watford. That's kind of fun.
Ooh.
Mourinho fancied him to be a big player when he was at Roma.
Yeah, yeah, the midfielder lad. I think. Yeah,
Looks like a centre back, but he plays midfield.
yeah, I know who you mean. Yeah, yeah, a couple of games I think. Arribas is still on fire, I think, for Almeria.
Yeah,
Not much we can
I
do
hate
about
that.
that after being.
Yeah, I did that with Romulo. He was like meant to be back from injury, then recurred injury. It's like, yeah, great. I'm so glad I bought that right now, like for 50 quid or whatever. So I feel
Have you
your
got your
pain.
Have you got your Fraga locked
I've got my
in?
Fraga. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
playing good. He's good. Oh,
yeah,
is
he's
that
in.
is that wee Japanese boy got a card? Kita.
Um, who's that? Sorry. Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
just too.
Kita, yeah, potentially.
He does. He's got J League cards.
Is he under 23?
He is. He's 20.
Ooh, okay.
SO5 isn't bad, by the way, for La
Could be a
Liga 2.
nice little stack. Oh yeah,
L5
Liam
54.
says. Oh really? That's really good. Apparently Bove
Oh,
can't play, can he? Yeah, I remember there was a little incident with him.
I didn't know that. Or maybe I'd heard about it and forgot it, but that seems like news to me, but doesn't sound like it is news, if that makes sense. So great intel, guys. Thanks for that. Yeah, because England don't care, do they?
No. You come and play. You come do whatever you want.
Yeah. Do you know, they're taking him at Celtic, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Big Bovey.
Got to be better than like a Bernardo, hasn't he?
Yeah. Again, I don't think Celtic would be too happy by a guy with half a heart or whatever, you know. Like, don't think the fans would appreciate that with injury records we seem to get.
Okay, I think that takes us into the big boy leagues, Quinny. So we got La Liga. Oh, we haven't done Mexico. Let's do Mexico for the vibes.
The Mexicans are back.
The Mexicans are back. Club Leon versus Cruz Azul. Piovi's back. Love to
No
see it.
James?
I've seen James taking free kicks. I think he's a free agent.
Yeah, is he?
I've seen him
He's
in the
still listed as
past.
a Leon player, but he's down as like not playing, like
Oh, really?
0%.
Pavelacino, Paradella,
Ooh.
back in the Necaxa days. I'm sure they were teammates then.
Oh yeah.
Teammates
Yeah, yeah.
now. Yeah.
The Caxer's red and white, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think they've both got the Caxa cards. I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. Any truth to the Callum Wilson rumours? Graham asks.
Nah, nah. I hope not. I really hope not. Like, he's a great player. He's back fit and all the rest of it, right? But see if West Ham are ready to cancel his contract and just let him walk out the door. I think that tells you everything you need to know about where he's
Not a
at
great
physically.
sign.
We had that with Ian Acho. Ian Acho got his contract with Sevilla cancelled, and look at how that panned out for us so far. So, yeah, I really sincerely hope that's not one that we do. If we didn't have Ian Acho, I'd probably think, okay, screw it. But we've already got one broken down past prime guy, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Brian Gutierrez. Oh,
Yeah, he moved, didn't he? To
did move. I forgot all about that.
Guadalajara, Efren Alvarez as well, Richie Ledesma, all the ex-MLS boys.
That's a fun wee squad.
Yeah. I like Brian Gutierrez. Idrissi's still in there.
By the way, that front line, Rondon, Ener Valencia, and Idrissi, that's pretty sweet,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's wild.
I believe Ener Valencia's still playing, man.
I know. He is literally immortal, isn't he?
Oh, Canales up front.
Liam says he's on a pay-to-play deal at West Ham, so he wants out. I mean, if that's the case, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They've just
I don't
signed,
think
literally just, yeah. I think I think he'd be an upgrade on Iheanacho, personally.
he'll be
Like a
faster.
big upgrade. I think, yeah, I just think he's a way better player than Iheanacho. Like, maybe in their pomps, wherever. Like, Iheanacho was decent at, when he was, like, fit and firing. But I'd take Callum Wilson all day right now, personally. Like, I know he's playing for West Ham, but yeah, I think he'd smash it into
Oh, so they are.
Scotland.
And that's the thing I always remind myself with Celtic transfers is Scott Sinclair came here and was player of the year first season.
Right.
Scott Sinclair's
Yeah.
career was nowhere after he went to City. Didn't play,
No.
went to Villa, couldn't get off
Just
the
at
bench.
Swansea, basically.
Yep. And then came to us and, was brilliant before going to Preston. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just shows you, like, leaves Celtic, goes to Preston, and you never hear from him again.
100%.
So, yeah, I never write off those guys because the level they bring, like, it can show through really quickly, really clearly, but I'd rather not Callum Wilson personally.
He'd probably want a wedge as well.
Maybe. I think he's like 32, 33. He probably wants medals and appearances.
Yeah. Yeah. Pumas at home, 69 win percentage. And then the Santos Lagunas, Andy Black's favourites.
Oh, yeah, somebody said in the chat, Almendra's at the Caxa. There he is, starting. Carranza up front.
Julian Carranza, wow.
I like Callum Wilson. I like him when he's fit. I just right now, I'd rather not. I'd rather not bring back Kyogo either, but that feels like imminent.
Does it? Looks like it's
Yeah.
going to happen.
I got sent like a proper like screenshot of the SFA software, like when they're trying to register a player and stuff, and it's
No
like,
way.
yeah, it's like pending FA clearance and all that, so it's sitting like
Wow.
ready to go. Apparently, did his medical yesterday, and if the stuff had been clarified, I think by 12 o'clock today, he could play the weekend. I don't think we've heard any word yet, so it's probably not going to happen at this stage. But the Birmingham manager came out and said he's keeping Kyogo, or he wants to keep him.
Okay.
So funny one. I don't really know where the hell we're going, but it feels like nowhere fast.
Right, let's dive into to Serie A then. Obviously not carded, but we'll go to the two carded leagues after this. La Liga and Bundesliga. But yeah, Juve at home to Cremonese. Jamie Vardy leading the line for them.
Jonathan David got a big score in his last match.
Yeah, I think that was midweek, was it?
Mm.
Inter versus Napoli.
Noah
Noah
Lang
Lang.
starting. Yeah.
Almas. Okay.
Kendry
Don't
Pye's
mind
linked
it.
to Ipswich. I can see it.
Ooh.
And Brunetta not starting for Tigres, but no news why.
Oh yeah, Brunetta. The Liga MX GOAT. Pedro on to play for Lazio. Kenny Taylor's at 40%. Done that already. Fiorentina, AC Milan. Pulisic, Leao.
Yeah.
All the
Nice team.
boys.
Leao's on form now. I've seen a lot of highlights of him on my timeline the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's kicked it into gear. Lecce, Parma.
Sweet.
Atalanta versus Torino. Scalvini.
Back in the town. CDK.
Dimici. Yeah. Roma, Sassuolo. Ooh, Timicas is on.
Yeah. No Berardi.
No. Udinese. I did see Lennon Miller at 60, but I think this morning he dropped to 40. Yeah.
We get some minutes.
Yeah. Little battle. But he's been putting in a few minutes recently, hasn't he? So that's great to see.
Yep. Got that body fat
Carlson.
down. Matthew was telling us
Yeah.
about.
Off the Gregs, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Como versus Bologna. Where did your keeper go, Skorupski?
He's still a Bologna.
Is he? He must
If he's
be
not there, he
injured,
must be
right?
injured. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the manager they've got there now hasn't been dicking about with rotation as much.
Okay.
But he's like 34, must be injured.
And then Genoa, Cagliari, Yerry Mina. Okay.
Killisoy up front, he scored the other day as well.
Oh yeah. Semi Jizz. And that concludes the unlicensed Serie A. What do you want to do?
Vito
La
Van,
Liga or Bundesliga first?
we message from Mikey for you.
Oh, don't mind that, Mikey. Yeah, I've got a little rare, little Vito rare.
The
Fair
PKA
enough.
confirmation.
Polish keepers love a little injury mind, don't they?
Oh, that's fun. Aruka, Moldovan.
I've got his in-season super rare, baby.
Oh, Buzz.
I got an offer earlier, and I was like, I wonder what. I saw there was Bruges was the destination, but that's perfect for me because that's Challenger, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
actually amazing.
Pies goes to
Really nice.
Ipswich. Jorgensen to Besiktas is likely. Under 23 keeper. Trying to loan him out, but Chelsea didn't have the international loan quota. So Pies is not going to be an international loan because he won't be at Strasbourg. He'll be at a domestic team. And then that means they can loan
Nice.
somebody else out with. So yeah. U23 keeper, maybe watch out for that.
Pires in Ipswich, if he actually wants to try, could be like fucking
Legit.
Adel Tarap, like levels of
It's a very young squad,
goal mastery.
Ipswich. Kieran McKenna's
Yeah.
been, he always gets young guys. I'm sure there's experience in the team, but it's all about platforming those kids.
100%. Right, Bundesliga, and we'll finish on La Liga. Let's do it. Bundesliga, Werder Bremen versus Hoffenheim. Now, those are the teams there. Kabak, Kramaric, Sugawara.
This game's dodgy. for going ahead.
Is
So
it
watch out for this.
dodgy
Yeah.
one?
Mhm.
Dodgy. Heidenheim versus FC Cologne.
Ay, caramba.
This one's off, isn't it? Leipzig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
off confirmed.
Off confirmed. Freiburg versus Hamburg. Big Luca at the back. Capaldo. And Zambi. Yuito Suzuki's worked his way in, which I'm very, very happy about.
Yeah.
Could definitely pop in a league like this. Union Berlin Mainz.
Oh, Magnum with the intel from the ground
I
level.
love it, Magnum. This is what we need. See, this is the type of like insider info we need.
Love that. So yeah,
Unbelievable.
that's me getting no Bundesliga forward now. Leipzig off. Bazimaturi at AFCON, and the game's going to get postponed. Aslani, game's going to get postponed. Jimmy's.
Eintracht Frankfurt versus Dortmund. Julian Brandt, 60% on. Nemeka Sabitzer.
Pascal Gross has went back to Brighton, so that
Yeah.
midfield problem Dortmund have had is kind of lessened, eased up a bit in terms of rotation headaches.
100%. It's got to be goals in that Frankfurt Dortmund, you've got to think.
Yeah.
And then we've
Aye,
got
surely.
Gladbach Wolfsburg.
On a rat up front. Anything else interesting?
Rocco Reitz, Engelhardt, Helvedi. Ooh. We need Dix, Coombs, and Jizz
In
as
a
a
team.
front three. Yeah. Yeah, other than that, pretty standard team for Augsburg. And then the FC Bayern München versus Wolfsburg.
Yeah, Bremen feels wrecked.
This could be 10-0, I think, couldn't it?
Oh yeah, I could see it. I do like the Wolfsburg defence, but Bayern are at home and Wolfsburg aren't great anyway. I think they're like fourth bottom. They're right above the relegation zone right now. But I do like Kulirikas. I like the goalkeeper. Zentner we all like. Midfield's fun. But yeah, it
Yeah,
could be
they're
a
not
smashing. No
terrible.
Kimmich, so big chance for
True.
Goretzka, Pavlovic and whatever to kind of step up a bit. We say Diaz came.
Magnum's. Sorry, FF Thinker says there's a full Bundesliga slate midweek as well,
Ooh,
which is interesting.
yeah. Good catch on that, Sean. Would you go for
And then
Brandt or
ending-
Goretzka? I'd probably take Goretzka on certainty. But
Probably
Brandt,
at home as well.
yeah.
Yeah, Leverkusen Stuttgart last game. 60 and 70% central for Stuttgart. Patrick Schick,
Yeah.
Martin Terrier on. Malik Tillman.
Missing a few of their AFCON boys.
Yeah. And then we end it on La Liga without the top teams. Girona, Osasuna. Siganikov coming back into a bit of form.
Did you see Galan last weekend?
No, did he smash?
Broke into 60, no clean sheet, no decisive.
Okay, that's not bad.
65 or something.
Yeah, that's decent. Who did they? They had a tough game, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, they drew one each, whoever it was.
Yeah. Graham just received a survey from Sorare.
Lucky you.
Graham, you know what to do. Don't go against the grain. Come on. Be a patriot. Sevilla, Celta Vigo.
Tough one to
Alexis
call
on.
again.
Rubum.
Seen the links with Alexis McAllister, Alexis Sanchez to Brazil. I think it was International.
Oh, wow.
They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
linked. So just watch out for that if you've got them for La Liga and you need them. Just in general. I don't think it happens this weekend, but I've seen it. Halkett, I think, was on to play. Shrek.
Yeah,
Shreky.
yeah.
Halkett was in. And you see Mingueza might be going to the Prem?
Is he really?
Yeah, he's in the last 6 months of his deal, so Celta Vigo are shopping him around now. I think it
Hmm.
was Newcastle and somebody else that were after him.
Interesting.
How do you feel about this one, Harry? Two of your boys facing off.
Yeah, I know. This is tricky for me. Um, yeah, yeah, in some way looking to maybe try and yeah avoid playing Fornals here in a weird way, but I don't really have a replacement, so I'm kind of forced to probably play him against obviously Escandel and then one of the defenders that I end up picking. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Not a great situation for me, this one. At least Oviedo are at home makes me feel a little bit better, but still probably going to be a Betis blowout, I'd assume. Um, yeah, so we'll
Valencia
see.
Elche. Dimitrescu's in goals. That was music to my ears.
Ye- Yeah, what's his name's out for like 8 weeks or something.
Aritha Balaga.
Ooh, Ross reckons Akliuchi's in training picks, so should start.
Nice.
Valencia, LJ, Getafe, Sociedad. This is a Quinny derby, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, for sure. It is indeed. Juan Iglesias at centre back. That'll be fun. Uh, yeah, I like the
Sorare.
Sociedad team. Yeah, Turientes probably starts over Goroshategi. Otherwise, the team kind of picks itself.
Hmm.
I've only got one D1 champ, and I went full Sociedad on it just for
Wow,
bants,
for the
like just
vibes. This
for
is tonight as well, Quinny.
yeah.
So Friday night fever for you.
New manager, hopefully get their act together. You know,
Mate, Teke Kubo, 100 on his debut for me.
nice.
It didn't result, like I didn't win any cash. I just won a bit of essence, which was all right. But yeah, it was yeah nice to see him yeah take off in good vein. Villarreal at home to Alaves. Probably the best fixture, isn't it, on paper?
Yeah, I think on the odds it looks that way. But Alaves are not to be
Hmm.
written off. Really good defensive
Yeah,
stack, you know.
yeah, yeah. Ah, Rayo's not too far behind, 53%. I didn't think they were that high. I think that's moved a little bit. It was in the 40s when I last looked, but that's pretty interesting. At home to Mallorca. Yeah.
Strong Mallorca team.
And then ending on Levante Espanyol. Puado's back-ish, which is nice to see for me.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Alvarez is in. Jeremy Toyan. All the normal boys. I was going to see. Did we see Elche? Or am I just? Yeah, we did see Elche. I
Elche
just
were
want to see
against
if.
Valencia.
Yeah, Grubber. The Grub. Okay, well that concludes all the leagues actually. I'll give it a refresh just to see if there's any immediate changes. Let's see what Bundesliga. Yeah, we know that's over. Eredivisie, 20 minutes ago. Can't imagine many people are playing Excelsior boys, but
Bit of a change there.
yeah. Scottish Prem 35. Maybe it's Elliot Watt news on Elliot Watt. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks like to be the extent of the weekend, Quinny. It's actually so much smaller than I thought. Like just,
Yeah,
just one
very thin.
scroll and you're there, aren't you?
We've got some lineups to build, but we'll have a wee word from our channel and show sponsors on this one. Play MFL. MFL Meta Football League is a football management game that takes this genre to the next level. This is an open network online experience where every club, every opponent you play against is managed and operated by another player, by another person. It's your tactics, it's your wit, it's your squad against your opponents. MFL seasons normally run for around 6 weeks, so this isn't a game that comes out every new football season that you need to go and buy a new copy of. So there's never a bad time to open your account and get your club up and running. The only thing you need to buy or to pay pay for to get up and running to play MFL is your club. You can buy a club pack from MFL directly, and it will randomly generate where your club is located, what city and in what country. One of the ways MFL takes this game to the next level is every player you own, you are actually their agent. So any players that you own that you're not going to use in your own squad, you can list on the market for loan, where they can go into another squad, and in return you'll get a percentage, you'll get a cut of any of the prize money that those players help those clubs to win. Sign up by using the link that's in the description of this video or in the pinned comment. You'll directly support me and all the content here at the channel, but by doing so you guarantee yourself the best sign up bonuses available. Thanks again to MFL. We've had a massive 2025 on the verge of season 11, and yeah, buzzing for it.
Got a couple of all-stars to contend with, maybe.
Nice.
Haven't really got many players playing.
Yeah, when you look at call-offs as well, it really thins the herd, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Big time. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm sure Busio didn't show up for me yesterday.
Maybe a bit glitchy, that thing sometimes, can't it?
Yeah.
Rodrigo Riquelme was quite nailed, wasn't he?
I think he was, yeah, like 60 on or something.
50-50 on with the papers.
Yeah.
6 changes expected.
Yeah.
According to his analysis, Paul Lopez, I didn't have him in a team. Paul Lopez, Diego Llorente and Rodrigo Riquelme are strong candidates to start in a move to freshen up several areas of the team. Watch out for your Valles goalkeepers. Paul Lopez is in contention.
Ooh. Okay.
Paul Lopez is gaining traction after Valle conceded 5 goals at the Bernabeu. In defence, Bellerin, Gomez expected to start. Diego Llorente is an alternative to Natan. In midfield, Mark Roca would assume a more defensive role alongside Fornals. Locenzo could start up front. Rodrigo Riquelme and Anthony would support Cucho as they see a crucial victory to keep their European aspirations alive. However, it's important to remember that this is an opinion, not official information. Nice wee article there. Screw it, I'm going to put Rodrigo Riquelme in. And how dodgy do we think Feyenoord is?
I don't think incredibly dodgy, but I don't think it's like a guarantee necessarily to be on.
Yes, Michael, I'll be live on Satara here once we've got press conference to go through today. We'll preview the game at the weekend, probably about 5 o'clock, I'd imagine, maybe 4. Oh, that's a lot of fun. That's one of my guys, Harry. That's one of my seen him play Youth Champions League against Celtic. I've not bought him yet.
Oh, okay.
K Furo. He was a Bruges guy, wasn't he? Where's my notes? He was good. I can't find it now. That's fun. Brentford have bought him as well. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a very good sign.
He looked good against us. K Furo. I wonder how much he goes for. Well, not that Brentford's a mad move or anything, but maybe just throw him in that wee road to glory strategy for a bit of banter.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Union Berlin are getting the fans out to sweep up. I can see that being a good news story. The game will go ahead. But watch out for it. Furo hasn't even played first team football. 10 million.
What was that, sorry?
10 million. I don't think he played first team football.
I can't hear you very well. It's weird.
Oh, sorry.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so bad.
No, still not great.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now you're good.
Okay. Maybe a connection thing. This guy, Furo, I don't think he's even played first team football.
Wow.
10 million from the Bruges reserves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prem taxes went up a level.
Oh, I'm bare bones. I am building these lineups.
I'm there as well. Absolute bare bones.
I'm just throwing things in at this point. So the only thing that locks in an hour is literally under 23 and All Star.
Yeah, not too much to miss then if you're a wee bit late today. Anyone else out there? Aye, not too much more going on, is there?
Not really, man. No. Just trying to figure out what defender I should go with for the old Oviedo boys.
Well, your boy Carmo or whatever, he looked nailed on the prediction. Carmo.
Yeah.
Costas was not far behind him.
Costas didn't train or something, so he's a little bit dodgy. I could use Maffeo. Away to Vallecano doesn't seem great though, does it?
Could be alright. Yeah, it's not like one you run after, but is it?
No. Thank you. Oh my god.
Furo. Yeah, I was going to buy this guy's rookie this year. It's a nice card.
Yeah, I've not heard of him. Let's have a look.
Oh, he has played actually. He's played
Yeah.
4 times.
Played against Arsenal.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money, that is.
a lot of money.
I mean, he's only 18, mine, so yeah.
Ben Negren's done the press conference.
Oh.
So I think Ben's in. Hatate and Engels is the
Benji's
show.
in, is he? Are we going Benji over Kizaridis here?
Oh, I don't know. You need Benji in somewhere.
I have 3 Kizaridis, so I probably should just... I don't need 3, do I?
Yeah.
As in, like, I can mix them up a little bit. Benji boy.
Aye.
It's in the cap as well. That's nice.
Love that.
Let me swap this for my higher XP.
Just put together a nice all-star team with some of your guys' mentions. Brian Gutierrez and Galland, for example. Hoping for a wee cheeky Oliver Torres. Oh, you're talking my language. I love a bit of Oliver Torres.
Yeah, I like that. I've got a Motherwell stack, Heart stack, Celtic St Mirren, and then Heart St Mirren.
Nice.
Sprinkle of Motherwell.
Didn't manage to get a cheap Liam Scales, did you?
No, I've not really looked at. Never really
20
had
quid
it.
before Martin O'Neill came back in. He went
Was
down.
he?
Yeah, I think he's back up, but now.
Can't even get one right now.
Nah, typical.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Aye, kidding, but I'm buzzing, man. I'll show you some of my teams, yeah. See what we've got going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just make sure I've not screwed anything up. I think I've sidelined all the questionable games for the weekend.
Nice.
Just about. So, full Sociedad this tonight, you say? Oh, yeah, 8 o'clock. So,
yeah.
Got all them out. I've got 2 Kubos now and 2 Guedezes, so I should be able to. I've got still a throwaway team for team 4 there, but hopefully between these 3, I'm on streak 3 in this setup, Harry.
Oh, okay. That's tasty.
Yeah, I'm going for streak 3, so we need 400. We're building up.
Couldn't see it.
Yeah, we're getting there with Sociedad, so that's 400 points is all I need. I don't care if it's a 3 each draw or they get battered 5-3 or whatever, but I need a couple of decisives, a couple of goals. With Bundesliga, like I say, I've just no forward options anymore. It's like,
Bare bones.
yeah, the Leipzig boys have been kept away now. Yeah, getting absolutely nothing. So I'm just going to play that and like, who cares? Like, let's see what happens, you know. Celtic stuff. So team 1, I've went with Nygren. Double fullback, Araujo and KT. I'll put Butez in goal just because he's Butez. I should have done it last time.
Yeah.
And then classic McGregor, Tierney, Trusty, Maeda. And then with this one, Tierney captain, McGrath, McKeown, Yang. And then the last rare team, I've got Mitov playing Rangers, kind of my last option here. Grant Hanley, Hatate, McGrath Classic, and Braga. And
Nice.
then I managed to get some limited lineups out, so that it's all kind of, I've got 3 of them out. It's all just kind of the dregs, Tunette Keys and Kenny's. Maybe Engels plays, maybe Lennon Miller plays. I'll maybe take the armband off him now, maybe put on Armstrong, but yeah, it's all kind of threadbare stuff. I don't think I've got any streaks at limited challenger. Nah, not on anything. So bit of training XP and any wishful thinking might come my way, but I like my 2 D1s. I like them all, to be honest with you. I just hope Celtic absolutely rip again. Champ, got 1 D1. I went full Sociedad for this. Should be good. I then got a pretty full Valencia team into D2, so that could be fun.
Nice. Yeah.
And then I'm mixing a match for this one. Goretzka, Saganikov, Sabitzer, all quite clinical, isn't it? Arne Martinez, Valero, Big Jonathan Tah. And then the last one, this was really tough to build by avoiding like Amiri. His game might be dropped and whatnot. Dominic Brandt, Sergio Gomez is in midfield, Tuto and Checo defence. And Jan, goalkeeper and striker, so could be all right. D1 promotions is all we're after. Under 23, it's kind of throwaway-ish, just because of strength of quality I've got generally, but Kenny, a goal off the bench would be nice. Maybe Engels plays. Captain Ephra, why not? 1 D1 and All-Star, full Celtic stack, Captain De Gren. And then I've got 2 D2s. I kind of went with an All-Star type one here, with Rami, Bensebaini, Aguerd, both in AFCON, and I went triple defender and put Gasarowski in here. So 3 powerful defenders, Keylor Navas, the keeper, and then McGregor, Tate, midfield, Pepe up front. This was Ueda. And the Feyenoord thing gave me the creeps, so I don't know. Think about Ueda, but I'd love to put him back up the pecking order. And then a wee Celtic stack at the back here. 2 wee Celtic stacks at the back. 2 limited teams for giveaways, not much there, but it's all the kind of risky fixtures. Might seem it out till end of season, Harry.
Yeah, I saw that then. Yippee-ki-yay. Not nice. Not nice to see, sadly. Not nice.
Yeah, it's a brutal one. So let me know your thoughts, guys, on Feyenoord in particular. I think that's the main one. Yeah, I've not got any other forward I could steal from somewhere. Tunette Cade, no. Yeah. So yeah, that final forward option. Like, I don't mind Pepe's not nailed. Might start on the bench, which would be a kick in the teeth, but it's either that or Maeda or Ueda. Maybe I'll just go Maeda. Maybe I'll just go Maeda. Yeah, I might just do that.
I don't know if I can hear you again.
Oh, really? Charlie thought it might have been my mic peaking. It might have been too close to me.
Not a single thing.
Oh, really? I think it's a connection issue then, Harry, if you can't hear me. Can everyone else hear me? Is that now? Any better? Is that now? Is that now? Any better? Is that now? Any better? How's that now? Any better? I was doing an audio check on this side, guys, so sorry for repeating it. Everyone can hear us. You can't hear me, Harry, no? Yeah, Harry's headphones are dead.
Yeah. Could be my AirPods right there. It's weird. You froze for me, but I can hear something.
Yeah, this system has been glitchy for a while, man, isn't it?
Yeah. Like my AirPods are just completely. Like I can hear you from my actual desktop.
I can hear the echo come through. Yeah, let's just slide you my head into this. Having 5,000 pays off this week.
Right, we're all
As a
locked in, we.
Dutchman, I would say don't use any Eredivisie play. You need to turn your volume down on your end, Harry, 'cause it keeps coming back to me.
That's weird. This is down as
Is it?
I compare it.
And other lineups, all games are at risk of being postponed. The snow is melting fast today, but they say tonight there will be new snow. Yeah, we'll shade that then. Oh, I've got Gasarowski in here as well. Shit. All Holland. Buggers. And Benny's asking your opinion here, Harry.
I mean, he's really good. Apparently he's just not looking after himself, like body wise and stuff, which sadly can be the case. With very talented players, they don't match it with the physicality side of things. But technically, he's like unbelievable. Like he's ridiculous. But you need both. You need both sides of the game. Sadly.
Marble. There we go. I think I've edited up. Yeah. The problem with the games getting postponed as well, and like Bundesliga is, if Leipzig play St. Pauli like midweek to catch up, you're not going to get Bundesliga like streak access or leaderboards or anything. It'll be classic only, which is a killer when that happens. Graham has got all of the transfer chat today. Love it.
Callum says the DMP solutions are interesting for sure. What are they proposing, Cal?
Thanks very much, Jorg. That Robbins was linked to Rangers apparently, so he's now going to Angers.
Oh wow.
10% bonus score. This was the answer to your question.
10% bonus score.
If you get a DNP.
Right.
So if your team scored 350, you'd get 35. Is that what you're saying? If it's 7-a-side and they got to 450, you'd get 45.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, there we go.
No, I didn't get any notifications.
I don't think that actually changes anything. That's just like a cosmetic psychology thing. If every DNP gets 25, then it's just as good as a 0. Like, because everyone's DNPs would be 0.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really change too much. I suppose like maybe it does a bit, but if you get it, yeah. But I don't think it's a solution as such, is it? Yeah, I don't like that. Could have a streak. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, for streaks is interesting.
The amount of snow we have in Sweden right now is insane. That's why I don't play football this time of year there. Yeah, I suppose if you're first, Charlie got a good point here. If you're sweating a guy right at the end,
Yeah. I'm just gonna reload.
So a full team of DNPs would get more points than a full team of negative DAs. That's incredible. Yeah. Harry Trades has rejoined us. We worked out the bugs in the system.
Yeah, I just refreshed it and you're not like thinged for me now. Froze, so.
Just guaranteed DNP. Oh, yeah. It's like common keeper hack almost, isn't it? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like points for DNPs.
Yeah, it feels a bit weird.
I don't think it actually fixes anything.
It might help with streaks, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
I don't think it does anything other than that.
It's a nice idea. Maybe they've modelled it out, but I can't see how that fixes anything. That makes things different.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Maybe we'll all get a wee survey over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'll have a chance to chew it over.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, sugar, I forgot to do like the big tweet. Like live now.
What's that?
The live now tweet when we went live. I forgot to do it.
Oh, that's fine.
On YouTube. I'll maybe just do it now. Yeah, why not? No, I'll just leave it. Screw it. I'm off the shop. Hi, Crumba.
Would be 0 out of 15.
One sub per position. It's a tough one. It's a big card count you're asking for then.
Yeah.
If it's mandatory, especially. If it's an optional feature, maybe not an issue. If you know you've got a sketchy guy, you play your sub.
Yeah.
Maybe you lose a bonus for using the sub feature. Like if you put a guy on your bench, you don't get multi-club bonus or something.
Right. Yeah, that could be interesting.
What's that, just Simplex? I'm not really following you. I'm not echoing. Harry's echoing.
Well, they're saying you're echoing when you're speaking.
Yeah, 'cause it's coming out your speakers and your monitor and going through your mic.
Carl's just sent it in the Discord.
Oh, the 5 options on the Telegram. That's fun.
No change, keep it as is. Ability to add an additional card when setting lineups. Okay. Each DMP is replaced with a score of 25. Each DMP is replaced with a score of 35. 10% score bonus placed on all non-DMP cards or other.
That's not
interesting.
Let's go try and get the picture and put it on screen. Charlie, could you send that to me on Twitter DMs? Or just into Discord on Harry. If you got it, feel free to put it up.
Yeah, I just don't know how to put it on. Let me cancel. I can put it here now if you want.
Yeah. No change, keep as is. Oh yeah. 100% or 10% on all non-DNPs. Oh yeah. That's kind of what I was saying in the first place. Like if you got to 450, you'd get 45. I don't mind that.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
I think the fixed number thing just feels redundant. Because yeah, if you've got a smasher team, you're like last guy, and then DNP, you'll get 52 for it, or you'll get something decent that matches your squad. If your team's crap, who cares? Each DNP is replaced with, I don't like that fixed number stuff. Yeah. Can all be quite gamed, I think you're right. I don't know why they just don't let us do late deadlines. Like rolling locks or, I think it's not normally like, don't get me wrong, you get team news, like the team sheet comes out and it gets you, I can't listen to the echo, sorry, but it's more often it's like after deadline you just find this guy hasn't travelled for the game or this guy's now been reported injured or sick or something. So I think that's enough. Like see if a team sheet comes out and someone's totally been taken out the equation out of, that's kind of, it's a painful, I don't know. But it's mainly those, like, the guys no travelled on Saturday, the deadline's Friday. You'd have known, you'd have done it.
But the 10% score bonus placed on all non-DMP cards, like say if you get two DMPs in a lineup, that just screws things, doesn't it? Massively, right?
Yeah, you're not winning anything.
No, like that thing only like helps if you've got one DMP, I would say, right? Because if you've
Yeah.
got two, you're not going to hit enough with the three players anyway for that 10% to like make a difference. I wouldn't think.
Yeah. Because if they rip 100, if you had three guys on 100, you're getting 30 points per DMP.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or you'd get, no, you'd maybe get 60 actually. Two 10%. So you had three guys smash 100. Your two DNPs should clock 60.
What, 60 each?
Yeah. Because like the hundreds would get 10 points each. And there's three of them. And then two DNPs, you do that twice.
That'd be 30 each, wouldn't it? Surely.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. 30 each.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I think it'd just be 30.
If you had two DNPs.
Yeah.
Well, you would get 10% for the first DNP. Say the first DNP is Saturday. You get the 10%. You say the other three guys have scored 100. DNP Saturday, 30 points. DNP Sunday, 30 points. Should be 60.
10% bonus placed on all non-DMP cards.
Is that per DNP? That's maybe the bit we're not sure of, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that really
That just
helps you
smells
anyway.
like to me,
You have two
whatever the,
DNPs, you're screwed anyway.
yeah. Like that tells me if you've scored 300 with three players and you've got two DMPs, you've just scored 330 is what I'm reading into that. Because I don't think it counts like it's not going to give you two lots of DMP 30s. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I really can't see how that works. Each DMP is replaced with it.
Mikey as ever. Oh, that's quite fun. Yeah, like you have to unlock the ability to use a sub, like in-game item.
Right.
Use a bench card with my D1 team. That's kind of fun.
It is, but then it like really muddies the waters, doesn't it? Like if people don't have it, people do have it. I know you could say the
Yeah.
same for a sub, right? Like just like having a sixth card is like some people can't afford this, some people can, whatever. Like Sorare want to get, they're just gonna want to be inclusive, which I get. Like I'm not opposed to that at all, but
Yeah, I think we've known for the longest time there's no straightforward answer to this.
no, there really isn't. But I do think that 10% score bonus thing is quite interesting. It's the most inclusive, I would say, in the sense of like you don't have to spend more money, right? Like,
Yeah, it's just like a safety net.
yeah, it's a safety net, but it only really applies, I would say, for streaks, like keeping streaks alive. Which, I mean, at this point, it wouldn't be
It's
a
the name of the
terrible
game.
thing. Yeah, yeah,
I think the complication with subs becomes positions. So if your DMP is a keeper and you've got
Goalie.
Yamal on the bench,
yeah, yeah. Get him in goal.
So I think that's the only murky bit with subs is the positions of it all.
Yeah, it is tricky.
What could be fun to compensate against that? See that score bonus thing? Maybe you could, like in La Liga, you set a bench,
Yeah,
three
like a
guys,
bench team.
and maybe like their average score would be applied to any DNP in any position. So if you
Yeah.
had like three fullbacks, or you could have a strategy with who you put in your bench, And then if it is a keeper, it doesn't matter because they're going to get 54 points. It's not unusual,
Yeah.
or they're going to get 35, or whatever your bench is on average kind of produced.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not actually getting Yamal into the team.
Right.
You're just
You get
gonna
an
get
average of.
You're going to get a score generated, and then if you need it, it'll be applied. I kind of like the idea of that for something that's just came to me, but could be worked on.
It says what make between 1 and 2 choices. Okay.
Any news on SPFL games? I think Aberdeen's just the one to watch for because it's so far north. But I'm in Glasgow, and the snow is. Sorry, I need to take my headphones off again. But it's not really. It's still a bit icy underfoot, but it's not really been snowing. It was maybe snowing 2 days ago, but it's very, very little. I wouldn't be worried about most of Scotland. Maybe Aberdeen just because of how north it is, but everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Livy game. I always find that surprising with plastic pitches.
Yeah. I think
Maybe
it
all weather
freezes
surfaces.
easier, doesn't
Yeah,
it, though?
they do,
Technically, yeah.
Needs to be heated. But I always find that surprising because they were invented to be all weather surfaces.
Literally. That must be the biggest road pull ever, I think. All surface, all weather pitches that just aren't all weather.
Yeah, it's a big con. David Taylor's not too happy with this.
These don't answer anything. Does the additional card have to be for that same position? Could you DMP a goalkeeper then play non strike as a sub?
That was the whole Yamal thing. As you said, I'm with you on that. I guess sketchy. I like the idea of somehow you need to produce a score that would just be applied to subs.
Yeah.
It's like an insurance policy. Like, did you set your bench?
No, but like, are you saying there's only going to be one player per position on the bench or multiple?
I don't know. Maybe you pick 3 players. Maybe you pick an actual 5. I don't know. But I think you just want to maybe get sub players to produce a number. And then it's like, oh, my DNP scores 54 this week. So any DNPs I get will just hit the 54. Or, oh, my bench were rubbish, man. Oh, my DNP scores 28.
Right.
So then somebody shows up and, my bench wrecked me,
Yeah, there is definitely some sort of strategy in that for sure.
So it's good for like collection pieces, maybe. Like, see if you've got like guys that have moved to. You say you've got a Prem gallery. You've got guys that have moved to the Championship or something like that. You've maybe not got a strategy to use them. You can just chuck them on the bench, and their score then will just be applied to. The way I'm thinking about it's like a global bench. So it's like you set the bench, you get your bench score, and then any DNPs and rare, if it's a rare bench, will get 34 points, 52 points, whatever your 3 players produce on average or whatever. That feels like something everyone could have some access to without much pain. Everybody buys collection pieces at this point.
You can use 1 common as a sub.
Ooh, 1 common as a sub would be fine. It's Harry's got his monitor on, so Harry's monitor is feeding the mic.
For some reason, my AirPods just. Let me see if it changes. Oh, here we go. It could be better.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're back cooking.
Yeah.
1 player as a sub, or the market will be crazy for big teams. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I quite like my idea. I've just kind of half made up on the spot. To be honest with you, I'm getting quite attached to it as I'm thinking about it.
I still think some sort of rolling lock of some sort makes the most sense for Sorare, because they could be selling cards over the weekend, like left, right, and centre, couldn't they? Like that. That's the one that they should really be exploring, because if I see Nygren's not in now, but whoever Kenny's in, and I'm like, I'm on my defensive stack's done well. I'm inclined to go and buy a forward there, or wherever, a Celtic player that's starting. That could really generate stuff for them, but I don't know.
I heard you and Laird as well talking about the card counts. I never went back to watch the full thing yet.
Yeah.
But I know you're saying it'd be good for Sorare, but I think maybe the situation it's in there would be mainly a secondary market kind of thing, wouldn't it? Because it's not as if they've got cards everywhere on sale now, do they?
No, 100%. Yeah, there's some rares that like you search them up, they don't even exist in Super right now. In season, so you could sell that card, or be the only seller, for example, if you
Yeah,
wanted to.
yeah. Graham's drinking my same tea as me today.
Yeah, at this point there isn't Graham, but for the first 6 months of the season.
Flo's got a bit of an interesting one here. I think the problem with that bot is like you're just always going to get somebody that will spit the dummy out for, oh, my DNP midfielder. Why couldn't I just? The team could be double defense rather than double midfield. Why wouldn't the sub just kick in? The goalkeeper ones where it really does get murky, but I don't know. I think one sub and it being position specific is really where it gets complicated and hard.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, if you think about it in the football sense, like if you're taking a defender off, you don't always put a defender on.
No.
Like
No, you
you're
don't.
thinking about actual subs and stuff. Not saying all your subs should be strikers, but there's a bit of strategy to be had for that. Do you maybe just put some decisive guys that don't get AA, just stick them on, be 60 guys, and just
100%.
or something.
I think I need to make a move, Quinny, and start looking after the baby trade, sadly. Well, not sadly, but
I think we've about run out of steam anyway. Good luck to everyone this weekend. Fingers crossed, some big streaks on the go. If you are going to brave the weather with your SO5 teams, make sure you bring your scarf and your gloves and everything else. You wrap up and cross your fingers and toes, say your prayers. If you have not done so already, you need to hit the like button. If you're playing any Eredivisie cards, if you're playing anything in Germany or Scotland, you need to hit the like button. You need to get that luck secured in before the weatherman comes round and sees that you've not done it and it's going to send snow to your teams. Harry, as always, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure.
absolute pleasure, mate. Yeah, great to get back with you, and yeah, appreciate everyone in the chat with the input and all the help with figuring out who's shoveling snow and whose games are going to stay on. So yeah, all the best, lads.
Take care, everyone. Good luck, and we'll see you soon.